The esplanade of the Louvre Museum, one of the favourite playgrounds for tourists in Paris who flock here to enjoy the pyramid's famous optical effect. Every year, 10 million people pass through the museum's doors. But it's here, at the foot of this statue of the Sun King Louis XIV, that the Royal Way begins, a road linking the Louvre to the La Défense business district. It's an axis punctuated by 3 triumphal arches, including the oldest, the Arch of the Carousel, which was built in 1809. It's a monument guarded by the city's firemen, but it has no secrets for Emmanuel Héron, its curator.
You have to imagine that behind me, it was all countryside. The city stopped here. Over the centuries, this axis was extended. Each monarch or president added his bit. What's there in common between the very contemporary arch at La Défense and an obelisk which comes from way back in ancient Egypt? Nothing at all. But it all works.
Between the Louvre and the Place de la Concorde sit the Tuileries Gardens, 25 hectares of greenery and calm. It was Louis XIV's gardener, André Le Nôtre, who laid out these lawns and pathways in the French style. Just a stone's throw away on the Concorde Square stands the Luxor obelisk, surrounded by monumental fountains. An elegant statue whose beauty masks a bloody past. It was here during the French Revolution that Louis XVI and other royalty and aristocrats were guillotined. Leading westwards away from Concorde is the Champs-Élysées Boulevard, an elegant avenue dotted with cafes, luxury boutiques and big brand stores. Its pavements are usually packed with tourists walking up the street to reach the Arc de Triomphe. Erected in honour of Napoleon, it stands proud in the middle of this bustling roundabout, often a nightmare for motorists. If you manage to cross the road and climb to the top, the view over the capital is spectacular. But people also make their way along this route in search of calm. Set back from the avenue is this grand hotel. As night falls, the staff at the restaurant are hard at work. In a few hours' time, 40 customers from around the world will sit down here to sample the creations of the chef. It's Jérôme Bonquetel who whips up the magic in these kitchens. He's picked up 2 coveted Michelin stars in just 1 year.
Up next, scallops, 1 pigeon, 1 venison. This is a critical moment of the recipe. We respect the product. Everything starts from there. Successful cooking is 50% of the final dish. Here we go, Jerusalem artichokes with white truffle.
Be it pigeon from the Vendée or French-style glazed turbot, a tasting menu here will set you back €250. Our final stop is La Défense, the financial hub of the city, which stands some 10 kilometres from the Louvre. Made up of 71 towers erected across 160 hectares, it was Europe's first ever business district when it was built. It might well be a giant of glass and concrete, but at the foot of these towers, a small revolution is underway. Little by little, vegetation is making a comeback. Vines, corn and tomato plants are growing in this garden that's looked after by locals and those who work in the neighbourhood. Monday to Friday, Paloma works in a bank, but she uses her lunch breaks to come and be green-fingered.
Our patch is over here. It's the newest one. We're proud of it. Watercress is growing here, and the radishes are coming out. They were only planted 3 weeks ago. We're still waiting for the spinach. We're really proud of everything. It's great to see all these vegetables growing amid all these buildings.
To learn more about La Défense, we need to go underground. 18 metres beneath the esplanade are spaces that are usually out of bounds to the general public. This is the studio of the artist Raymond Moratti. He started working down here in 1973. He began the construction of this monumental work that he'll work on till he dies. It's a piece that's very alive and musical, covering 1,000 square meters and rising 5 stories up.
Can you hear that? It's getting really angry. This forbidden side adds to the mystery of this place. We're not normally allowed to be here. That right is earned. It's a secret monster that overlooks La Défense.
It might be the end of the working day for some, but others are still hard at work. As night falls, it's a chance to celebrate this blend of the old and the contemporary, which gives this axis from the city centre to the business district such a varied and colourful look.